Hello, everyone. This is Mary, also known as Sunny Love, with my book, Robbed of a Childhood Raped by the System. I hope all is well and you guys are having a great day and that things are looking up for you. And I wanted to thank each and every one of you who have liked the page, who has subscribed, who have shared some information with others. Thank you so much. Robbed of a Childhood Raped by the System, I stopped reading out of it because it gets pretty heavy. And today I chose for a topic how trauma shaped my strength rather than my weakness. And I know sometimes trauma does break us open. But I wanted to say I used to think that trauma ruined me. And then I had to flip the script and say, let me write it a new way. But now I see it as something different. Because when I wrote Robbed of a Childhood Raped by the System, I wrote it in kind of a bit of rage. I had went through so much, I believe, that was traumatic throughout my childhood and my adolescence and adult life as well. But trauma forced me to grow roots. And mother, I used to say, hey, mother, I quit this, I quit that, I did this, I did that. And I said, well, why hasn't the Lord taken away my desire to say bad words or to curse people out sometimes? You see, even in my high school yearbook, as I was reading back over some of the comments my friends were making, they said, oh, Mary, we love the way you curse. Oh, it sounded like poetry. And I was so ashamed. And I know I have a habit at that time of saying bad words and stuff, but I found out when I was in church, I didn't want to say those words anymore. And I said, what's going on? And so my trauma to me, it made me strong in ways I didn't even see until I looked back over my life. And I began to think about some of the things I used to do and the way I behaved. And I work with a lot of young people in the community who many times use a lot of those words. And I said, oh, you know what? That's hurting my ears. And they said, oh, Miss Whitney, get over that. I said, no. I said, it really is. I said, I used to cuss like a choo-choo. And now I try my best sometimes to even bite my own tongue so I don't go there. But, you know, I know what comes up. Sometimes we say it's got to come out. But I say when you're at work, I bet you won't do stuff like that. I bet you won't say what's on your mind because we may not have a job. So I don't celebrate what happened to me, but I do reflect differently on how I show up and respond to it. And I want to say I do celebrate what I've become despite of my experiences. I hope that some of the things that I share with you and how I talk with you helps you open up and be who you need to be, your whole self. And I say, I'm with you. I'm not pushing you or forcing you. I'm standing beside you, not in front of you, hollering at you like I used to get hollered at. And I say used to because I'm from the country. You know, and sometimes those words just stick with us. You can take the girl out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the girl, right? But I hope you have a blessed day, a day filled with joy. And I know what it's like sometimes when we don't say Jesus or Lord, because I told my brother one day I felt so tainted that I didn't want him praying for me anymore. Well, in my book, Robbed of a Childhood Raped by the System, I said, brother, I'm so glad you didn't stop praying for me. I thank you for your time. I hope you have the best day that you can have. And even in the hard spots, let us find a soft landing. And let us do a couple of breathing exercises, like let's take a deep breath in, hold it, hold it, hold it, and blow out. A deep breath in, hold it, hold it, a deep breath out. You see, that helps us stop that shallow breathing, so that we can take some deep breaths and we can compose ourselves or regroup ourselves, and we can come at situations a little bit easier with more poise, they call it. Well, I love you. I want you to have a blessed day. I want you to take care of yourself. And I want you to subscribe, to like, or to share, whichever suits your day. Have a great day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.